guys, I'm here to get out another flick. This one's from the Hell House franchise. Hell House LLC. I did the first one, but I didn't do the second one or third one. I now doing the fourth one. It's called Origins. The Carmichael Manor. Now they're already making a new sequel called Rebirth. Now that every Hell House movie has something to do with the Abaddon Hotel, because this one plays after the house was burned down. So you get to see you get to see Margot, Rebecca, and Chase. Margot is the sleuth. She calls herself a sleuth. Apparently, that's the name for somebody who is a detective, an amateur detective. Rebecca is there to support her, but she's actually a realtor. And Chase, I think he has some mental problems or something, or his addiction problems. I'm not sure, but Chase is there too. And they find a camera, and on that camera you see Patrick Carmichael and Catherine Carmichael and Margaret Carmichael, who are basically fooling around. And Patrick goes with Margaret for a ride. Eventually they had a crash. Patrick survived, Margaret died, and since then he's not the same anymore. But Patrick Carmichael was apparently, his name, actually, I saw the second one just not long ago, and I did a binge from all the to see all the Hell House movies. And the second one, Patrick Carmichael, was mentioned. Now he wasn't hanged, but the cult leader had other plans for him. He said, "Go to your house and kill your entire family member." And at some point, Catherine, who has a camera and is always filming, sees Patrick in his room and has three of those fucking clowns, the scary fucking clowns in his room. And she says, "Why are these things here? You don't mention those. Don't touch those. It doesn't concern you. And then, why are you filming?" Okay, like, well, I'm gone. He apparently had another purpose: to kill the entire family, his father, his other sister, his mom. So, and the thing is that at the very, very end of the movie, you see him sitting in front of the camera and saying, "I am sorry, I work for a higher power now. I'm sorry." And he puts on one of the clown masks, one of the three clowns that's standing there in the room, and goes on a killing spree with the clown mask on. So that's weird. Now, when Margot and Rebecca and Chase, they find this room with all those clowns, and shit starts to happen. A clown nose is falling from the stairs, and then they take it and they see it's a clown nose. They bring it back to the clowns, and the clowns don't stare at her or something, but there is a feeling of dread. I think they are staring at her through the mirror. So you see it when she's in front of the mirror and she's trying to find something, the clowns are staring at her. Now, there are a few creepy scenes. I'm not gonna tell you the entire movie, but one scene that I thought was really creepy is that chase, because they all know they gotta get out the next day because there are too much paranormal activity happening. He says, Chase says, and Mark, Rebecca, yeah, that is also first. She has an incredible encounter, creepy encounter. So she's working for her work. She's skyping with her boss and showing houses, and then the more she ticks, she shows the Carmichael manor, and she says, "Oh, that's not in my house." She shows back. She shows the hall. She shows the stairs, and the realtor boss says, "Oh, that's a huge house. That's gonna bring up a lot of money." She clicks further and further and further, and then you see her sitting on the computer, and then the boss says, "Is that you?" She clicks, and the last click is a face, fucked up face next to her. It was a creepy shot. Yeah, that was a creepy. That was the real. I mean, that was an ingenuity. Yeah, it was ingenuity. So she wanted to leave, and the clowns are starting to just appear here and there, and they, I mean, think they're alive or someone is putting them there. And Chase also wants to get the fuck out, so he says with Rebecca to Margot, "We're getting the fuck out tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow." They better left tonight because Chase has a horrible evening, and he basically gets taunted the entire night. Somebody is knocking at his door. He opens it, and there's nobody there. He's constantly knocking somebody on the door, and at some point, the door opens by itself, and he's under his sheets and saying, "I think somebody entered my room." And then he puts on the light, and he's fuck. He sees one of the clowns in the corner, and he says, "Okay, I'm leaving now. I'm taking my bag. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay here longer and hassle you." And you see the clown following him, and not this time the clown really comes to life. You see him following him slowly, but following him. And at some point, he trips. And you see the clown following him, and he puts his hand over him, and he's gone. And Margot and Rebecca are searching for him. They can't find him. They say, we are gone. We're gone. We have to go." They get to the car. What happens typically in a horror movie? The car won't work. They say, okay. If we walk 4 hours in that direction, we get to town. Okay. So they start to walk. And at some point, they find a hearse in the middle of the woods. And then they find these stick figures, kind of like the Blair Witch. And then at the end, she sees one, then two, and then three hooded people, demon acolytes. Then they start to chase them, and they're running back to the fucking manor. They don't want to go in the manor. They go in a car. They they stay in the car, but then she pulls on the light, and you see an entire row of these black acolytes standing outside. They go inside the house, and then it's game over basically. So they go to their room, and they get Margot gets a message from Chase that I want to see you. And, she's thinking, we were searching for you. Where were you? With my new friends, he said. They want to see you. Okay, come to our room. No, you come to our room. They really want to see you. No, it's easier to come to our room. Okay, he says. And then you hear her knocking on the door. She opens it. She doesn't see anything. But then, what happens then is Rebecca gets a signal. She can call the police. She calls the police, but the signal fades away, and then you see one of the Carmichael sisters that are completely rotted, fucked up, taking her and chasing her down in a closet. And Margot is there as the last one, and she sees the clown, and it's following her, and she says, I know what you did. I know what you did. And she's running around, finds Chase, but she finds Chase with his eyes gouged out and bleeding, so that was a little bit of gore there. The clowns are pretty vicious, and she is cornered, and the clown's coming her way and takes a hand over her, and the movie ends per se. Then you get that little, like I said, after the credits, that Patrick had to do it. He has a new master now and puts on one of the clown faces, and then you see that's also said in the third movie that every year they hold behind the Abaddon Hotel carnival, but they quit doing it because children went missing in the hay rides, in the hay, mazes, and yeah, they were lured in there and they were killed probably. And I do believe I've seen a teaser of that new movie, and you see one of the clowns with corn behind him, and it comes to and the camera slowly pans out to his face, and you see the face moving, and it's creepy. It's a creepy shot. That's the only shot you see. That's the teaser we got. But apparently you see Margot when she was young, and you see two of the same clowns that were in the hotel or in the Carmichael Manor. They were standing in a booth, a booth where you can throw pins to the ground and earn a plush doll. But they were already involved in all of this, so it's well done, Steve Cognetti. He's the one who directed these movies. I think he also wrote these movies, and I think he's not gonna let them go. It's his brainchild, and he already made 4, and is now making a 5th one, which will probably be about a carnival surrounded by a couple that has a camera, and they will probably end up in the hedge maze with the clowns chasing them, and maybe even the demon guy, the cult leader. I'm not sure what his name, Andrew Tully or something was. I think it was Andrew Tully. Chasing them. I mean, it's not that, oh, now we're gonna have a second Carmichael Manor. No, they expand the story, different, going from past, future, to present, and so on. Now, is this movie a good one? I personally, I think this one is the second best. Yeah, this is the second best one. It had the clowns. Okay, you can say, oh, the clowns again, but the clowns were really creepy. Really, really creepy. And they utilized them well. And the Carmichael Manor is gigantic. The only thing I thought was you would see more of a Carmichael Manor, like a basement, like other rooms. You only see the stairway, the dinner hall, and then two bedrooms. That's the only thing you see, and the room with the clowns in. So you don't see a lot. You really don't see a lot. They're confined in this little wing of the manor, and that's a shame because you could have a lot more creepy rooms to investigate, right? As Margot being a sleuth, if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's certainly, as a found footage, if you're a found footage fan, you should certainly pick this one up. You don't necessarily need to see the Abaddon with the Abaddon hotels, because there's only one reference, which is a when they go to a antique store, they find a Abaddon stuff, basically, and a giant clock, and that Patrick Carmichael apparently worked there as a busboy. So that's the only thing, because the clowns you have here are different than the clowns in the Carmichael Manor. So also the clowns in the Abaddon Hotel, also the clowns from the Abaddon Hotel were brought from the people that created that house, right? They staged the clowns there to creep up people, you know. So yeah, I think it's definitely a watch. You didn't, like I said, you don't need to see the first and the second and third one. There are just a few reminders from the Abaddon Hotel, but you can just, this is a rather complete new story with just tiny bits sprinkled in the movie that it reminds you of the Abaddon Hotel. I think the newer one will have more of the Abaddon Hotel, but who knows? I'm waiting for it. I'm excited for it because I like this one, and I hope I think it's called Rebirth. I hope it's gonna be a good one. So that's my thoughts. See you next time. Bye bye.